there.
Okay.
I
Oh
put
yeah, the
testing.
stream is live.
Mhm. All right, all right.
I'll have to check also.
Mm-hmm.
See
No
if
problem.
let me
Of
check on
course,
the.
we are testing. We're testing our studio screen, a stream because we don't want to encounter what we encountered yesterday. So, anyone you can join and tell us the
Oh,
feedback.
you have indicated ha 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 ha, not testing.
No, I put it here. I put it. It's testing now from the other ones that I remove.
You haven't. This one is a ha ha. Is as if
That
you're
was the
laughing.
old one.
And
That
that
was
one,
the one
that's
before
the
this.
one that is live now.
The one that is live is testing and it's only on YouTube and Susan Tata.
No,
The other ones were on the
no,
other one.
check what's up. Check what's up.
Yes. That like I don't it actually should refresh. Wait, let me try and refresh it because I
Let me
changed it.
change. Yeah, I'll have. I can.
Or
Let
you
me
can
edit.
also do that. Yes.
Let me edit. But
All right, people, those of you that are watching us, we're doing a test show because of the way our live stream were acting. It was not very comfortable with us. So we're not doing a live show. We're just doing a testing. And we also do invite you to join us in the testing so you can share your opinion with us. If we are audible, if the microphones are working, if there is a lagging, if the images are clear, so you can help us. But because we are only on YouTube and Susan Tata, so profile, there's nothing to worry about. So we want you to join us and let us do the testing. Thank you, Uncle Jay. Oh, Sister Elizabeth. Oh my God. Yes. The beautiful one. Sister Mary, tell us, please type in the in the comment section. Thank you. Just like you're doing, where you're watching us, because we want to test also how far, it goes.
the
If people are
quality,
watching us from. Hmm?
this, yeah, we test even the quality of the video.
The quality of the video is exactly what can you tell us about the quality of the video? Well, I thought I'm joining a conversation. Tulani, you can join if you want the link. I can share the link with you and you
Yes,
join right
yes,
now, okay?
yes. You can
But
send the
see, that's
link.
my biggest. Hmm?
Yes, you can send the link. Then we have
Eh,
a very normal conversation.
a very normal conversation, isn't it? If he gives me the go ahead, Tulani, do you want the link? Do you want to join us here? And then we also see yeah, reparation. We're doing a test show because yesterday what happened with our show, we still really we're still perplexed. But Patrick, what are you doing? Even though we're doing the test show, what are you doing right now? What are you doing?
Personally,
Oh, and Ray
if
say he wants to join. All right,
yes,
and Ray, if you
yes.
send us,
Invite.
can
You
we
can
send
send
the
them an
link?
invite. I'm trying to edit the caption.
All right. So is it possible to send an invite?
Yes, you just send the link. That in link.
Yeah, but where are we gonna send it, Patrick? On
Uh,
Facebook or what?
the,
Or is it good
on YouTube on WhatsApp.
on WhatsApp? So, Mr. Ray, if you share your
Send the
WhatsApp with
stream.
us, we're going to share the link with you. Anybody that wants to join the test show, please, it's open. You can join us on the test show this afternoon because, like, all of you experienced what happened yesterday. Tell me what happened yesterday, Patrick. It's still like we're still
Yes,
in the dream of it.
yes,
And of course, I'm eating my ugali, yeah, in the studio while we're testing because the whole
yes.
day we work so hard here on the Pan African Daily, and you see, I don't even have time for my lunch, so I have to, while we're doing the testing, and I can eat my ugali on the show. Mm?
So I can see you are using a spoon to eat ugali because here in Kenya we use even
No,
our hands.
PK,
Very, yeah.
I'm touching the keyboard. I'm like, you know how studio is.
Okay.
It's impossible. It's a sin to use your to use, the cutlery to eat ugali. It's a
Yes,
sin, but I have to do it. People, I have to do it. I have to do it with the spoon because I'm really, really like hungry. And since morning, we've been on the
yes,
show. We've been moving from one show to the other, and I don't have time to eat. And now after the show, we're
yes,
getting out and another guest, so
yes.
it's
I'm
not easy
getting
here. All right, I think Mr. Array sent us his WhatsApp number. Patrick,
yes,
can you manage that?
yes. I can just send me the number. I can still do it from my end, and even the
Okay.
it's just I'll have to change this
See,
title
I
because
already
uh,
brought it
you
on the show.
indicated you indicated the haha, so people must be wondering what's happening.
So what's
Uh,
happening? Where's Pan
yes,
African Daily
because people
TV just
is
suddenly
laughing. What's Pan African Daily TV laughing? What's so? Uh,
Yes, I know, Tulani. You see, he's saying in South Africa, we use hand to eat at that mom. Of
yes,
course. See, I'm
yes,
working, my boy. I'm working. I'm in
yeah,
the studio. I cannot be eat. See, I eat my ugali like this. We know it, you know.
yes,
But I can't do it right now because I'm touching a lot of stuff right here, touching
yes.
the microphones, touching the telephone, touching the iPhone. So I just have to break some of the rules and do it, locally. Patrick, what do you think? The audience thinks sometimes that, we don't eat, or we don't, or like we eat other things. Like, what
No,
do you think when they
we
see
have
us?
we went through normal lifestyle, normal life. Uh,
Yep.
if we work out, interacting with our friends and family, everything, and that's why you are here. Oh, I can see the number. Is that the phone number?
That's the phone number of Mr. Array. Is that a
Okay,
+41 Array?
so so it's live on Facebook.
Yes, it's live on my account.
Oh,
That's where you see all, not on the pages, not on the
yes.
pages.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So
So
this 41 is it? Which country or what exactly does that
that's
mean?
I'm asking. Array, which country code is that? It should be a +41, +41. I don't know.
Okay.
France is 33. What is 41?
Or
Canada.
if they have your number, you can still they can still
He said it Canada.
is it
I don't actually accept here. Let me see. On the new contact. What's he saying?
plus
Canada.
plus 416
Wait a minute.
62987 466.
Patrick, I hear something is happening out there in Kenya, like the impeachment.
Yeah, impeachment. Yes.
You want to share that?
Currently, yeah. In my opinion, for me, I support the impeachment of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua because of some of the allegations that he has been placed upon the major grounds that are currently being debated in the Senate. Very, very serious allegation, and something that I'm very sure uh, there's almost 80% chance that he may end up being impeached. So people are so very prepared for that because by Friday, Monday, we'll be having a new deputy president.
Wow. So easy like that?
Yeah, it's not very easy because even if you started with the National Assembly, then after we, in fact, we even and went public participation. After
Mm-hmm.
public participation, then the National Assembly impeached him
Mm-hmm.
unanimously, 281 out of 340 something.
Oh my
Then
God.
today Senate. After Senate, he may decide to move forward to the Supreme Court. So it's a process,
Mm-hmm.
and Rigathi has been also been struggling to block some of these processes, like going to the Senate and all that. And
Mm-hmm.
this all these anthems has been blocked by the courts. So
Wow.
it's become very clear that his chances of becoming president is very minimal.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he's actually done a lot of damage.
Yes, yeah,
To,
damage, a lot of damage in the last,
Mhm.
especially during the Gen Z movement.
Yeah.
There's some claims that he engineered the coup against
Hmm.
the President William Ruto. After the no, remember during that process of uh, the finance bill,
Hmm.
rejection of the finance bill, that very day, the following day, uh, I'm told that he mobilized other members of some community to come to the streets and
Oh,
storm
this
the
is terrible.
parliament, state house, and all that.
Hmm.
So I can't see. I don't know. Let me see if I can get the number.
Okay, so people, like I said, don't mind us. We're just doing a test show in this afternoon because of what happened. Benjamin is really saying,
Yes,
much difficult would be harder. We push yesterday was to show us that we are moving people and situations. So
yes,
let's not go to retreat.
yes, yes.
Of course, Benjamin. Asante
So
sana,
yes,
karibu.
yes,
That is what we're doing today. That's why we are testing today because we don't want to get we don't want to get that kind of the situation that we have yesterday. It's really terrible
yes,
because our equipment, you can say it, our studio and its equipment are top notch. There's nothing to worry about. It's just I cannot circulate the studio, my studio, our studio here to show you how it looks like. I mean, we have
mhm,
all the latest equipments. That's what we've been working and putting and investing on. So it wasn't about
yes,
the equipment. It wasn't about uh, the the
yes,
network or the internet. It was just about what did we just fix the
yes.
ad block or we had to restart the whole stuff. Patrick, you're disappearing.
I'm back. Sorry, I was trying to.
Thank you, Tulan. Go, please go to YouTube and confirm because you can be watching us from Facebook and it looks different. But when you watch us on Facebook, it definitely should also give us the same.
Yeah, I think looks so good. Even on, I'm trying to watch from my phone.
Mhm.
The screens look so very clear. It's very very clear.
Wonderful. Even though we don't have lightings, everything is still
Yes,
just in a normal
and in fact,
afternoon setup.
I, I've just closed the door.
Hmm.
Let
That's
me see.
wonderful.
So I haven't seen that contact. I think I don't know. Maybe if they can contact me, I can give them the my number so that
All right. Oh my God, this looks good.
yes,
PK. I mean,
yes,
we are really like truly Africans.
yes.
Arel
They are
is
bloods.
Array is also saying the images are good. Thank you so much, Mr. Ray. Thank you. We appreciate your feedback, and that's the reason why we're doing this testing. We're gonna carry
Then
it up to a
mhm,
couple of, to see how stable, because it's not just coming in, go out. We're gonna do like some 30, 45 minutes to, to actually assess if that's stable or we need to tweak something. Because tonight we're having a big guest. It's a big fish.
yes.
It's a big fish, and that big fish, we want to touch on the finance. Where do our monies go to? Patrick, I mean, can you imagine
Yes.
where does Africa's money go to? Despite all the Africa is rich, and yet
Okay.
it's are
I
poor.
this how I can explain. We are very rich, wealthy. The reason is because we don't count our money. Because you see, even in traditional community, it's a taboo for someone to count their children, the number of their children, their wealth, livestock, and everything.
Hmm.
It's only in Europe and in some Western country whereby they end up even try to do some kind of auditing their
Hmm.
lifestyle and everything. But here in Africa, it's even if, I remember when we used to have these census. When I remember, I was one of these the clerks who used to go in this rural area and to collect some information about the data
Mm-hmm.
on these individuals. So sometimes it we find it very difficult to tell them how many chicken, how many goats do you have, how
Oh
many
my God.
camels. Yes, because they feel as if you are trying to expose your wealth, and therefore you may end up becoming poor. So they don't want to expose their wealth, and the same applies here currently in Africa. We have very rich people who don't want to expose their wealth. So we don't have very billionaires in Africa, not because we are very poor, but because the main reason here is because we don't want to expose our wealth because to external factors. So this could be one of the reasons. And then another factor could be corruption. We have individuals who uh, steal from public coffers, then they hide this huge amount of money in their houses, their rooms. So we may be very rich than even those people who claim to be billionaires.
But then, I mean, it's still the same craziness. Like, imagine, oh,
Yes,
you have the continent that is so rich. I mean, like,
yes,
yes, they can, but the fact that we don't produce or we don't create our own money, that even
yes,
makes it more difficult, isn't it?
yes,
So, like, imagine that you borrow money.
yes,
We borrow money from IMF or from all these partners, and
yes,
then the stealing of the money. So the amount of currency that is circulating in each country is little, isn't it?
yes, true. Because yeah, and that's where the problem, the idea of corruption. So we
Mm-hmm.
borrow money from our donors, and then when it comes, very few people uh, try to embezzle them, and
Mm-hmm.
therefore we create a society whereby we depend on these the very few people who have already stolen our money or our resources in
Okay.
the public coffers. So that's the problem. That's the very main challenge here
Okay,
in
so
Africa.
what do you
But
anticipate that the youth will want to know from this speaker tonight? I mean, like, let me just put him. We have shared his profile. He's a
okay,
very powerful economist and author, and have written a lot of books. I mean, he's sitting on major, boards of
yes.
Africa in terms of finance and stuff like that. So, what do you think that the youth should be looking forward to learn or to ask? Like, let me just say, this is the financial manager of Africa, the continent.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
now he comes up and say, I am in charge of the budget of the
Yes.
continent to manage a one Africa. It's just like, playing it all around. What do you
Yes.
think youths or in your generation would be able to say, or questions that you anticipate that should be asked him tonight?
How to utilize these resources, the utilization of these resources. This could be the natural resource and also the human resource, technological resource that we are currently experiencing, especially during this time of advancement, technical know-how. So you'll discover that even the young people now, they rarely or they don't want to be employed. They want to be creators of this employment and even create. They just want to create their own source of income.
Yes.
So with this kind, if the guest will come up with this idea of economic emancipation and also how to generate our revenue and all other things. So the best thing for the young people to know is how to invest, small scale, medium enterprise, how to start businesses, small, uh, and all that. So we
Okay.
have very many. Yeah.
Um, PK, how is I know in Swahili it's called ugali.
Yes.
In Cameroon it's called fufu. And I think
Mhm.
in Ghana, reparations told me yesterday it's called banku. And
Yes. Mhm.
do you eat? How often do you consume fufu? Because I'm really like just consuming it.
Almost
Yeah, I eat
every
okra.
day. It's a staple food. And ugali is another term. It's also called sima.
Sima.
Sima is a Swahili term. It's another vocabulary for ugali, and it's commonly even used in Zambia. Zambians, they are the greatest consumer of sima ugali, and even Malawi. You know, these are the bandus. Most bandus eat ugali. It's a staple food,
Mm-hmm.
and it's being cooked differently because, for example, for instance, here in Kenya, we use flour, maize flour. We have some other in West African country they use mhogo. Is it yams?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you may use yam. Is it yeah? Or what exactly are you using to cook that
Yes,
ugali?
In Nigeria, you have fufu is any substance
Mm-hmm.
that actually is like, flour. So
Yes,
we have like the yam flour, we have
yeah,
the plantain flour,
yes,
we have the maize flour,
mm-hmm.
we have the cassava
Wheat, yes,
flour.
yeah, mm-hmm.
So when it comes out like this, like
Yes,
my ugali here, I don't know whether
yes,
you're seeing
yes,
it from the camera.
yes,
No, you can really see it because it's, you know.
yes.
But
I can see.
yes, I had a group. Oh, Nasaren is here, Mama Africa. We had the group from Tanzania that
Yes,
came last time for the festival, and
yes,
we did ugali cooking here the way they cook it in East Africa, and it looks like different from the way we cook it in Cameroon.
yes. It's totally different. Because in East Africa we consume maize flour.
Mm-hmm.
Maize flour is the most commonly used in East Africa. Then we also have
Mm-hmm.
millet in some, especially in pastoral community where we have it's a semi-arid region where it's become very difficult to plant this maize. But
Mm-hmm.
in most community they plant this maize, then they grind it, then they cook that, they use that flour to cook ugali and even porridge. Yes.
All right.
And uh
But apparently, ugali, fufu, all this is
yes,
the most consumed staple
yes,
food, even in the diaspora. I'm telling you, when
yes.
we do
And
festivals, everybody
I've
wants to eat
realized
fufu.
that in West African country it's very soft. Here it's very hard.
Mm.
That one,
Yes,
yes,
our own
very
is
very.
soft too.
It's not that very soft like you normally do. I usually see on Facebook, Nigeria usually do some kind of competition, eating competition. So you see this kind of the ugali, and I wonder how they swallow it because here you'll have to rotate it in your mouth for some time for you to
Exactly.
swallow. Yes, yeah,
I'm so sorry. I don't want to disappoint our viewers. I'm eating
yeah,
my ugali with the spoon just because we're walking in the studio, we're doing the testing, and I'm touching a
then
lot of stuff. I cannot be
yes,
touching and walking and
yes,
tweaking and using my hands. Normally, it
yes,
is a sin in Africa
yes,
to eat ugali
yes,
fully, without using your hands. And like you say, when you
yeah,
cut it, there's a way that you wrap it, you mold it, and then you put
yes,
it in the soup, and then just like, oh my God,
yeah.
it's so nice.
Eat with vegetable like else. You can use with fish.
Mhm.
You may use even different types of stuff. But yeah, I
Benjamin,
see
I'm saying the
preparation.
same thing.
Oh, Benjamin. Oh, it's from Facebook. Yeah, yeah. Even reparation is talking about. We also have another one just like ugali, same
Uh-huh.
format from Volta region of Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we have different types. Even though we
Mm-hmm.
have those individuals who use even milk. Is it?
Benjamin, I know. I already told you the reason why I'm using the spoon. I'm using the spoon. It's not only in Tanzania, in the whole of Africa, you cannot eat ugali with a spoon.
Yes.
We also have a stable meal in Cameroon. It's
Okay.
called achu,
Okay.
really from my own town in Bamenda. So if you
Mm-hmm.
eat a chew with a spoon, oh my God, you really can be, you have to pay some, or they have to do some spiritual cleansing on you, because that's not right, you know. So what do you think this connectivity, eating with our natural hands, is certain dishes and stuff? I think, as a matter of fact,
Yeah.
another country that really baffles me, that they eat a lot of rice, Senegalese, but they eat it with their hands too. They eat it with their fingers.
Yes. Rice. Is it?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Most of them are Muslims, and they copied from the Islam culture. They usually like rice. They sit during this festival, like
This
Ramadan.
Ramadan and stuff.
Yes, they can
Mhm.
just sit down and use their hands. They mold that kind with some soup, then they just eat it. So that rice, so it's commonly
Yes.
used. Yeah, it's very common. Even here in Kenya, yeah, most Muslims usually do it.
Mm-hmm.
But for these Christians, their culture, even religion is also a form of culture. So,
That's true.
uh, so for the Muslims, they prefer even using their hands, and then for some those Christians, they use these spoons. That's what the difference.
PK, you followed the live conversation that I just had now on Black Hot Fire Network
Yes,
on the radio show in Kenya. How did you find it? What were you know?
yes. You see, sometimes we need to change the narrative. We have those people in the diaspora who might think that maybe those living in the continent, or those who have that benefit of experiencing the life in the continent, have little knowledge about what's happening in the outside world. But from your conversation, it became very clear that they were so very surprised to learn that, it's, now we have people from the continent who can lecture us about unity, about how we can spearhead the spirit of Pan-Africanism and all that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's something that they feel so very comfortable about it, and also the need to embrace each other. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Wonderful. Tulane, we're going to share your question. Patrick, can you actually kind of like save that question, because he said he's going to be on a night shift, and the question is
Okay.
very relevant.
Yes.
The speaker would be, how can Africa's economy diversify and
Hmm.
reduce dependency on commodity export? That's a key question, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. By, for example, maximize production
Production,
and minimize the import.
even
Maximize
import. I
production.
think
Yes,
yes.
import. We mean like what President William Ruto is doing when he assumed office. The first thing that he did was to remove the subsidies. So you see, we use a lot of resources, or a lot of finances to subsidize consumption. So the first thing what he did is to uh, subsidize production,
Mm-hmm.
and then, for consumption he allow it to flow naturally. That's why we experience a lot of high cost of living. But currently, as we are currently the cost of living has low down. Maize, the price of unga means flour, has
Mm-hmm.
really gone down from 200 and is it in dollars? Is it $2, from $2 to around $1? So that's by half. So you can imagine that kind of initiative, because he focused more on subsidizing production, and for consumption he removed that kind of subsidy. So very many people, we suffered for some time, but now everything's coming back to normal. And
Yeah, wonderful.
then for production, I think the idea of dependency on commodity export, because we are not focusing more on agriculture. So if we focus more on agriculture, we'll uh, we'll try to minimize this idea of trying to import more products from
Mm-hmm.
the outside world. Like what even Uganda is doing. Uganda, they have a very, very in terms of production, land for production, they have maximized on it.
Mm-hmm.
Milk, these eggs, all these other products.
Dairy
We-
products,
Yes,
yes.
and even here in Kenya, we rely on Uganda for this production because
Mm-hmm.
of what they are doing. Even in Tanzania, we also rely on in Tanzania for maize, Uganda milk, and eggs also.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so now President William Ruto is trying to recover this kind of dependency from other places. But the good thing is that we are in East African community, so we rely on each other. So there's no lost of wastage of resources because we both use shillings, and our Kenya shilling is very strong than Uganda and even Tanzania shilling. So we're on a better side. But the main effect here is to ensure that we maximize on agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
We make it as a priority. Yeah.
You see, but that's the agenda we don't want for Africa. Kenyan shilling being strong than the one for Uganda, and then Kenya has to win, and Uganda. Is that Pan Africanism?
Yes, it allows competition because if people in specific countries they are not as aggressive as other places, so we need to ensure that it becomes so very competitive. But in the long run, we reach at a conclusive currency.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you
Wonderful.
know, yeah, but it's not that we are competing, but it's because we are in which what kind of economy is it? This kind of competitive economy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so, and the reason behind Kenya having this the shilling performing better is because of the competitiveness, unlike some other places. So it's also good for the to improve for economic growth in some way, not for Pan Africanism per se.
Yeah, but we also think that that competition on local market is also nice. You
It's
know,
also nice, yes.
we also having the free goods and movement, even though it's not yet effective. But you can imagine every country is actually piping on to try to,
Yes.
uh, yes, try to upgrade. And Benjamin is saying, hey, there, brother, there on agriculture, we need more skills and exposure.
Uh,
So we
yes,
already have it.
skills in terms of mechanization, maybe uh, the new products, the new invention of coming up with some equipment that can minimize can
Mass
minimize the cost of
production.
production. Yes, can minimize the cost of production. Sometimes we use some methods that are very expensive, and when the output after harvesting, you discover that you have spent a lot of resources during production, and
Okay.
then yeah. So
Mhm.
I think in terms of skills, we already have skills and exposure in some way, maybe benchmarking in some other countries like Egypt, going to Egypt, Israel, and other places.
Mhm.
But the main factor here is the innovation, mechanization or equipment that are used for agriculture.
All right. Thank you very much, Patrick. I think we've ended this testing. Everything looks very good. So we're ready for tonight's conversation. And I want to remind you again, because I mean, this video is already going to be uploaded and can really go through as a speaker point. Patrick, all of you, you know us, we're the team of Pan African Daily, and we came to test our equipments and share it with you because you are our audience on which we're serving you. So if you cannot hear us well, you cannot see us well, there are cuts and breaks and stuff and choppy images. We think that's not really fair for us, for you, our audience. So that's why we came live today with Patrick, and he was just actually kind of like anticipating and also sharing his opinion on the topic Africa's economic future.
Yeah.
How are we going to ensure, at the end of the day, the key word to take that we want to learn is how can the world of Africa help to give every African a safer and a progressive, um, lifestyle, not
yes,
just in the pockets of some few,
yes,
or corrupted and stolen wealth and stuff like this, like what you were saying. So at the end
yes,
of the day, the key word for the conversation tonight is really, how is it going to better Africans to be prosperous,
yes,
every one of Africa to benefit from its raw material. So whether we talk about finance or economics or how we calculate those things, in as much as the goods are not saving the citizens of Africa, it's a no go. It's a bad economy. So that's what we want to.
yeah.
So I
So,
think the
like
performance is
for
okay. What do you think?
reparations, I've already saved the questions. Maybe during the discussion, you may post these questions to the main guest, Professor Kelly Moore.
Yes, I think
Like, that's some very
reparation just
good
also
questions.
adds something here.
Yes, yes,
Reparation, you're gonna be there anyway. So
yeah. So these questions, maybe if you can ask them during the show tonight.
yes,
But I've
yes.
already saved them in case we may miss that conversation. We may ask those questions.
Reparation is even going to be, live on the show. But reparation, I just did not gist you something, Patrick. Reparation is going to
You
be
can, yes, you
our
can invite.
news anchor.
Uh-huh.
Listen, reparation is going to be our news anchor on Pan African
Yes,
Daily. He's going to come up on weekly news surrounding Africa. This is going to be another big step, isn't it?
very good step because sometimes some of us we operate in the background. We rarely
Yes,
come live here. So if you can get somebody who can hide the in the audience, come with new ideas, support in some way, it will be so very exciting.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Good. So, yes, 36 minutes into our test and nothing has happened, nothing is broken,
yeah,
no disconnection. You can hear me clean and clear. I can hear you. You can see me. I can see you. We can all see the chats and the comments. I
hmm,
think we've done it, and we hope that nothing is going to happen tonight,
yeah.
isn't it?
And I'm surprised because the screen, the background screen looks so very colorful. There's nothing like the screen breaking and other things. So it's so
Uh-huh.
very clear. Looks so very
Wonderful.
clear. I can even see from end here. Looks so
Yes.
very powerful.
And then that's another innovation that we just did on the Pan African
Yes,
Daily. I mean,
yes,
we are proud to share it with our audience at any time. We've
yes,
customized our studio in such a very professional way that our guests can also have the same background like we have. That's
yes,
that's that's a good
yes.
thing, isn't it?
Yes, it creates that spirit of unity. We are just one people. We are not in a, it's a uniform in
It's a unique.
one school. So we are more of an academy. So the background must have the same
I love that
uniform.
we're more of an academy, professionals,
Yes,
experts,
yes,
isn't it?
yes. So you don't have to have some two faces. Like you're in the studio, then we have somebody outside the studio,
That looks
somewhere
different.
in a total different. So they feel so very uh,
Mhm.
demotivated. But now we are equal. From your end and from my end, we are all equal because
Like
of the back.
imagine when I take myself out, but it's
Hello.
just when I get out of the studio, you
Yes,
don't hear me, isn't it?
yes, yes,
I'm
yes,
like, now I leave the studio and you're the only one on the
yes.
studio. So you are like the host.
The host. Yes, I can see. Yes. Oh, now that's so very good. So when you get disconnected, the screen I occupy the screen.
So that's another function of our studio and Pan African Daily. But we're still going to do a lot on that.
Yeah.
I mean, reparations. When are you preparing to start your news broadcast on Pan African Daily? The news from East, Center, West, and North. I think next week, isn't it? All right, we're looking forward to that. Thank you, guys, and thank you, Patrick.
Uh, yeah. It's just that you disconnected yourself, so maybe it didn't hear you.
No, she heard.
Okay.
Yes, she's right here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we see
Okay.
ourselves tonight, guys. I have to rest. Patrick, you also have to rest. This is going to be a powerful show. and we need a lot of us in the comment section to moderate the
Yes, and
conversation, to bring
yes,
up the questions, to help share. And all of you that are watching us on Facebook and on our YouTube channel, please make sure your job is just to share and invite one another, because that's the spirit here on Pan African. We don't eat alone, like we share with everybody. So thank you so much for your sharing. Benjamin, the next thing is going to be Benjamin. Benjamin, when are you starting your Swahili classes on Pan African Daily? So you need to
yeah,
get your
Benjamin.
computer.
Yeah, Benjamin, if I can translate, says the tumefurahi sana kwa mazungumzo haya ya majaribio. Yeah, yeah, we are so very excited by the testing of the streams. So I think so very excited by the stream testing. So we expect that in the evening, everything's going to be very okay. We'll never disappoint. Like yesterday.
Wonderful. You see, Benjamin is going to be the teacher for Swahili
Yeah. Okay.
on the Pan African Daily, and he's also going to do his own broadcast and communication in Swahili.
Oh, wonderful.
Reparation is doing the news and summarizing the news in Chui in Ghana.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, like after his news, he's gonna give a summary of it in Chui.
Mm-hmm.
Benjamin would do his classes live in the session,
Mm-hmm.
on basic Swahili terms that we have to. But at the end of the day, he's going to summarize what Pan African Daily TV and all what we're doing in Swahili. So we're good to go. Thank you so much
And
to like.
then,
I'm gonna share.
uh, what if we have more than two guests? Is it possible? How will they appear? Or will we have four or
We
two
always have,
or three?
we are allowed to have even up to 10 guests in the studio, but when we have
The
the guests in the
appearance
studio, the appearance becomes so small.
or small?
But
Okay.
okay, look, this is the format that we're using right now. So we have all our background
Yes.
stated and everything. But now, if I want to use a very close interface,
Yes.
this is what I'm going to do.
Oh,
You see,
yes.
now
Yes.
we
Yes.
come. Do you understand? Do you see the difference?
Yes. I can see. I think this one looks very close, clear, closer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So wait a minute again. So we still have this one.
Okay. Oh, yes. Yes. So now you can arrange the guest for example, the guest in
Mhm.
this side. Then you occupy some half of of the screen.
This format is usually particularly used for presentations,
Yes.
like you the presenter, and then your screen is actually occupied by the presenter. But we also
Yes.
have this other one too. This one is for two guests, and there's just a
Mhm.
lot a lot of formulas, like,
Oh. Oh, that's
this is
nice.
the main thing that we're using.
Yes.
So yeah, we can have a lot of guests, we can have really
Yes.
focused guests, and we can, you see me sometimes when it's really hard and I want to get the guest closer, to get the audience to feel the guest. That's what I do.
Yes.
Right. Okay, good. I think we should be ready to go, Patrick. I have to go and finish my ugali with my
Oh. Okay.
first, and then
Okay.
get ready for the show. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
All right. So thank you guys. We see ourselves. Please go on and share the link for tonight. It's gonna be a power show. Join the classes. Okay. Benjamin is gonna be our teacher. Every other person with Swahili language. We really going to start having broadcast in Swahili language. So yes, we see us tonight, very soon, in a couple of hours. Okay. Thank you. Bye, Patrick.